The Watchman, Ezekiel 33:6. Renewal of Ezekiel's call as Watchman, 33. The word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, speak to your people and say to them, when I bring the sword against a land, and the people of the land choose one of their men and make him their watchman, and he sees the sword coming against the land and blows the trumpet to warn the people, then if anyone hears the trumpet but does not heed the warning, and the sword comes and takes their life, their blood will be on their own head. Since they heard the sound of the trumpet but did not heed the warning, their blood will be on their own head. If they heeded the warning, they would have saved themselves. But if the watchman sees the sword coming and does not blow the trumpet to warn the people, and the sword comes and takes someone's life, that person's life will be taken because of their sin, but I will hold the watchman accountable for their blood. Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the people of Israel. So hear the word I speak, and give them warning from me. When I say to the wicked, you wicked person, you will surely die, and do not speak out to dissuade them from their ways. That wicked person will die for their sin, and I will hold you accountable for their blood. But if you do warn the wicked person to turn from their ways, and they do not do so, they will die for their sin, though you yourself will be saved. See how that works? This is God talking, not me. Son of man, say to the Israelites that this is what you are saying. Our offenses and sins weigh us down, and it's hard to read, and we are wasting away because of them. How can we live? Say to them, as surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, I take no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but rather that they turn from their ways and live. Turn from your evil ways. Why will you die, people of Israel? Therefore, Son of man, say to your people, if someone who is righteous disobeys, that person's former righteousness will count for nothing. And if someone who is wicked repents, that person's former wickedness will not bring condemnation. The righteous person who sins will not be allowed to live, even though they were formerly righteous. If I tell a righteous person that they will surely live, but they then trust in their righteousness and do evil, none of the righteous things that the person has done will be remembered. They will die for the evil they have done, and I say to a wicked person, you will surely die, but they then turn away from their sin and do what is just right. 15 or sorry, if they give back what they took and pledge for loan, return what they have stolen, follow the decrees that give life, and do no evil, that person will surely live. They will not die. None of the sins the person has committed will be remembered against them. They have done what is just and right, and they will surely live. Yet your people say the way of the Lord is not just, but it is their way that is not just. If a righteous person turns from their righteousness and does evil, they will die for it. And if a wicked person turns away from their wickedness and does what is just and right, they will live by doing so. Yet you Israelites say the way of the Lord is not just, but I will judge each of you according to your own ways. Jerusalem's fall explained. In the 12th year of our exile, in the 10th month of the 5th day, a man who had escaped from Jerusalem came to me and said, the city is fallen. Now that evening before the man arrived, the hand of the Lord was on me, and he opened my mouth before the man came to me in the morning. So my mouth was open, and I was no longer silent. Then the word of the Lord came to me, Son of man, the people living in those ruins in the land of Israel are saying Abraham was only one man, yet he possessed the land. But we were we are mainly sure, or many surely, and this is hard to read. The land has been given to us as our possession. Therefore, say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says: since you eat meat with the blood still on it, in it, and look to your idols and shed blood, should you then possess the land? You rely on the sword. You you do you just you do detestable things and each other and defiles his neighbor's wife. Should you then possess the land? As for you, son of man, you people are talking together about by the walls and at the doors of the houses, saying to each other, come and hear the message that has come from the Lord. My people come to you as they usually do and sit before you to hear their words, but they do not put them into practice. Their mouths speak of love, but their hearts are greedy. Oops, sorry about that. Their hearts are greedy for unjust gain. Indeed, to them, you are nothing more than one who sings love songs with a beautiful voice and plays an instrument well, for they hear your words, but they do not put them into practice. When all this comes true, and it surely will, they will know that a prophet has been among them. I just felt compelled to read this chapter to you. I don't know why. This is Wag Chicago. We're still alive. And again, live and then evil, put that word together, Livevil, or reverse it. It's the same thing, except you got to choose which side of that word you're on, or don't. This is what this just said. It also says you can't buy your way to heaven, the stairway to heaven. It's my opinion what it says. And if you put the warning out, there's one of the reasons I just did this. Somebody in my comments, I know because I see her post, takes it real personal that nobody's hearing them. Well, I used to have that problem too. That's why I said this when I saw this in my life last year when it was getting really dark with the lockdowns and all that stuff. This helped me go, oh, you're doing what you can do, and then you got to duck out of the way too. And then if you see what this says, stop kicking your own asses, people. There's most people aren't going to hear it. That's okay. It's just the way it is.